Welcome back as we are ready for the rocket off BMW F900R Cup. They're going through the first of two warm-up laps. This is the standings after the first round and then the heats through this one. Nicky Coates leads the way from Josh Corner. Christian Smith in front of his brother Kieran, and Jack Tynan rounding out the top three. Lining up on the grid, Barry Burrell, last year's champion, back for the first time in 2026, leads the way in front of Kieran Smith. Josh Corner on the front row, Christian Smith, Kenny McLeod and Nicky Coates. That was your draw out of the hat for those first two rows. Then it's back into times for Cleary, Bobby Very, Benny McCluskey, as we then go through all the way through to a very full grid, as you would expect for the BMW F900 competition. And then last chance qualifiers coming up here with Dave Grace. There he is, 27th, the man that won that one earlier on today. Danny, looking forward to some good close racing. You never know with these guys. They're all up for the battle, they're all up for the fight, and we know this track lends right to that.
Yeah, and we've got Barry Burrell starting off pole position there, which is probably everyone's worst worst nightmare. So it's going to be key for Christian Smith, Kieran Smith, Josh Corner to really try and ruffle Barry's feathers. And you know, Nicky's going to be hoping that they're going to be doing that. So I think Nicky's going to be quite keen to get involved. Yeah, I think he's going to be quite keen to get involved, just because he doesn't want to let Barry get away.
Yeah, and we saw the pace that Barry had in that second of the heats yesterday, and his lap record time was very, very impressive. So Nicky Coates knows he has to dispatch those in front of him, on paper at least, as the man that we're expecting to push Burrell the furthest. Lights then are on here in Knockhill, Scotland, as they get underway. Barry Burrell off to a very good start from pole position and will absolutely lead all the way down to that first corner. Great start from him, looking to establish that dominance early on. Kieran Smith then just behind him. Up the inside, tidy move already.
Josh Corner, that was up the inside at turn 3. He knows he needs to get on the back of Barry if he's got any hope of trying to win this race and ruffle his feathers. That's going to be the saying of the race.
Is anybody going to be able to live with that pace of Burrell? Unfortunately for Nicky Coates, terrible start there, finds himself the early stages of this one. Anyway, down.
Kieran Smith got back past Josh Corner there, sorry Ed, and Corner's repaying the favour.
Well, that's exactly what Burrell didn't need, is those behind him taking lumps out of each other, because after just a lap, the man, the champion, wearing that number 1, is managing to extend, find himself a second ahead on that first of 20 laps worth of racing. Nicky Coates in 6th position, recovers a spot, dropped down to 7th after what absolutely was not supposed to be the way. And then Corner and Kieran Smith absolutely taking the fight to each other at every opportunity.
Oh, that was close down there. You don't want to do that into Duffer's Dip. But the issue is now, look who's getting away. He's got a second lead after lap 1, Barry. And the problem is Nicky Coates, even if he can get ahead of this group in this, in this lap, which he's probably not going to do, it's going to make it almost impossible for him to catch Barry unless Barry makes a big mistake.
Yeah, you needed to be on him straight from the get-go to sort of put him under that pressure, because we saw that Burrell was able to live with such exceptional pace. Local boy making some good moves. McLeod then. Oh!
Out of the seat there. He was in tight, he was aggressive on the gas, and that's just given Coates a little easy ride through there.
Well, Burrell, new lap record, and we spoke to him, didn't we, Danny, before the race, and he did that heat on used tyres, didn't he, in the heats?
About a year old, he said, and he said, I think the 52.6 would be quite ideal. So yeah, he's just done that, so that's fair play.
Dropped one in there, yeah. And a second quicker than anybody else, just building a second a lap at the moment is Burrell. Nobody's able to live with that pace, and those around him. Nicky Coates then up into 4th position. There he is.
Yeah, Josh Corner's doing a good well. He took a bit of a tumble in the free practice on Friday in the wet, and he says he's feeling a little bit second hand, and apparently he's just had to cozy himself up, watch a bit of Downton Abbey, and really try and get himself recovered for this race today.
Well, Nicky Coates does 2 in 1 there. Glad you got your reference in there.
Oh, big head shake there for Kieran Smith. But right, Nicky's got clear track. He did a 52.570 that last lap, which is not very far away from Barry at all. Actually took 0.3 of a second out of him there. There's 17 laps to go, so plenty of time. Let's see if Nicky can drop the hammer and make that and close that gap.
Well, 20-lap race, which means there's still plenty of time, but Nicky Coates has got to get after it. He's got to take all of those risks. A bit of a track limits. I'm sure we'll get some water. We saw earlier on that the officials here are very much on those track limits. And Nicky Coates is managing to get away from the likes of Corner, Smith, McLeod. 17 for Barker, a retiring, first retiree on this race. There we are, confirmation of that.
Another 3/10 of a second pulled out there by Nicky Coates. 1.7 second the lead now. So Josh Corner loves that tight line back through there.
You just know Kieran Smith almost knew that was coming, didn't he? He's like, oh, you go through there and then I'll get you on the exit.
Yeah, Kieran Smith was like, nah, I'm having that back. He told me it'd be an exciting race, this one. He's living up to it.
Certainly is. McLeod doing well. Saw him doing well in the wet, didn't we? And delivering in the heats as well, did McLeod yesterday. And certainly in the mix and in the hunt here. Christian Smith there in 6th position, tail end of that little foursome. All battling for the podium and trying to make his way back is Vary. There you go, just a little no man's land. Can he latch onto the back of Christian Smith? Good battle for that final step on the podium. Kieran Smith at the moment managing to put those passes from Josh Corner to one side, see if they can put some pace together, because at this point, Danny, we often talk about it, the fact that they're taking each other at every opportunity just means that, again, the riders in front just able to put in some unfiltered laps and getting away.
Yeah, exactly that. And you know, Nicky Coates there just gained another 10th in that last lap. The gap's down to 1.6 now, so we've got a black and white flag there, probably for track limits. Yeah, that's been confirmed. Our time was scoring. You've got to be very careful. You don't want to be touching any of the green stuff, because that's obviously where the infringements come in.
Burrell then taking off that gap, 1.7 in front of Nicky Coates, who's got his own 1.7 in front of Smith, and the Smith heads up the battle as Josh Corner up the inside of turn 1, as we've seen him do a few times, but can he make it stick? Nice bit of speed held towards turn 3. Looks like he's going to hang on to it for now at least. Oh, McLeod up the inside of Smith as well.
His brother's done him. That is the problem though, you get overtaken by somebody and it just drops you back that little bit, and they've got the momentum behind them, and it makes it so much easier for them to overtake. It's kind of like a shark smelling blood.
Yeah, it just puts you into a bad position, doesn't it? Then you're playing catch-up for a 2 or 3 corners.
Yeah, exactly that. McLeod's having a right good weekend so far. He's excited, obviously he's here. He's, you know, yeah, he's local, so it's a good race for him so far this weekend.
Oh, Barry Burrell obviously understanding from the pit boards that Nicky Coates has been on the move, and he's put in that time. Oh, somebody's down. Thankfully able to jog away from that one, Danny.
Oh, he fell off the side of the bike. Laid a lot of colour of his levers. Unfortunate there for the, is that the 75? Lee Devonport.
Devonport. Nice little commando roll, added in for good measure. Harry Gower entering the pits. A couple of issues there, but this is the battle for that 3rd position, Danny.
Yeah, I think the leaders there, we're seeing Christian Smith up the inside. Brilliant. Yeah, nice move, nice and clean and tidy there, but I think Barry's just managed to yeah, look, Nicky Coates at 52.9 in the last lap versus a 53.5. That's a massive jump, 2.7 seconds. I think he's broke Nicky now. Unless Nicky's got an issue, he's dropped right off the pace. You know, a second off his fastest lap that last lap. So I wonder if Nicky's got a slight issue.
Well, he is getting back into the clutches of Josh Corner.
Oh, big moment for McLeod there. Just as he got on the gas, the bike, you know, as you go over the chicane there, the rear of the bike lifts right up, and he kind of accelerated before the bike had compressed back down again, and it nearly high-sided him to the moon. Believe me, they are moon crashes out of there.
Well, And that was quite a tight battle for that third position. Just getting spaced out slightly. And as they funnel across the line, yeah, that gap between Nicky Coates and Josh Corner getting closer and closer.
Yeah, he's 0.4 quicker that last lap was Josh Corner. So I wonder if Nicky Coates has got a slight issue. He went a tenth, he's 1.1 seconds slower than his fastest lap. So I do think there's something not quite right there.
Yeah, and he's done that for the last couple of laps as well. So from having his sights firmly set on Burrell, all of a sudden he's going to start coming under some pressure from Josh Corner, who's just managed to put in a few tenths of a second in front of Christian Smith, fourth position.
Yeah, Josh Corner's pretty much on the back of him now. It's probably going to be a couple of attempts as he goes to the finish line. Interested to see when he accelerates out of it, the speed of the bike.
Commanding lead then for Burrell as we take a closer look at Nicky Coates, who was making some good inroads, and now the pace not quite there. And again, another high 53, another 6/10 Josh Corner took out of him on that lap. And you have to assume, Danny, that it is some sort of mechanical. Hasn't made any visible mistakes, has Coates.
No, I can't see too much from obviously where we are now in the comms box, and obviously we can only see what you can see at home. And just a little bit, yeah, very strange.
Quick as well.
Yeah, he's got past him pretty quickly there. So, yeah, something's definitely not right with Nicky. We'll have to find out after the race.
Well, Nicky Coates, the championship leader, will obviously be trying to pick up every single point that he possibly can do, as we are over halfway in the BMW F900R Cup. Burrell out in front, already dispatched a couple of back markers. Now this battle for second position. Well, Josh Corner being overtaken then by Nicky Coates. I don't know what's going on with Nicky Coates, but all of a sudden finding his speed again.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the speed of the bike there. So, yeah, I don't know if Josh Corner's going to have a little lunge there. Nice. Nice move.
Christian Smith is going to be thankful that this little battle is raging in front of him. He's absolutely on the back of it. Going to get very much a part of this battle for the podium.
Yeah, a little bit of a little look through the field. McLeod in fifth, Kieran Smith in sixth, Very seventh, Jack Tynan in eighth, Busky ninth, and Reese Coates there rounding out the top 10.
Well, whatever was going on with Nicky Coates, certainly up for battling. What's going on with the bike, we don't know, but he's gone to the inside as he powers his way past Josh Corner.
Maybe a bit of arm pump.
Back markers getting in the way as well. Don't know what it is, Danny, but something wasn't right. Whether it's fixed itself, who knows?
Yeah, because he doesn't seem to be losing too much time now, but...
Yeah, last lap was a 53.7, second quickest on the track.
We're getting into a lot of back markers now. This is where it gets a little bit hairy, scary.
Well, it's a busy old field. 36 riders take to the main event here. Burrell, having made it to lap 10 before starting to find those back markers again, is going to be working his way through them all the time. .6 seconds Burrell's lead over Josh Corner in front of Nicky Coates. Them two separated by just a couple of tenths, with Christian Smith absolutely there ready to pounce. But Burrell didn't race over in Donington, did he, Danny?
No, he was preparing himself for the TT, which he did on the big bike, and I think now the TT's done it. I think he's having a little go here, and I think he's going to try and do as much as he can by all means this season. And yeah, it's good to see him here. You know, it lifts the level. You have someone quick, you know, like super quick, just lifts that level. You know, Nicky's going to have to try a bit harder, and yeah, it's I think it's always a good thing to have somebody's experience like Barry involved. Obviously, he won it last year, finished runner-up the year before. So he knows the bikes.
Well, Josh Corner in second, Nicky Coates there, too far behind him in third. Christian Smith there again, about the same distance behind as he just comes up the back marker into turn one. Josh Corner catching back markers exactly where he didn't want to.
Yeah, and you've got to be very precise when overtaking them, because there's certain areas on the track. Like,
oh, not there.
Yeah, like, that's annoying. That is. And,
it's a frustrated pass,
yeah,
that, isn't it?
Nicky couldn't pass there, and Christian Smith's in there now. Look, he's up the inside of the back marker. The back marker must be thinking, what am I doing out here?
Getting bombarded left, right and centre. Josh Corder, tough pass, but making a point. But that's played into the hand of Nicky Coates, who's right on his back wheel again.
Yeah, you can't really wait around there. You've got to try, and as soon as you get to the back wheel of the back marker, you have to just pass him. And that just, you know, you can't. As soon as you start to hesitate, your pace slows too much, and then you're going too slow to try and overtake, and the risk becomes higher. So it's always best to maintain your rhythm and really just try and get them out of the way as quick as you can.
Josh Corder was trying to do exactly that and led him to passing. But we talk about there's, what, 3 passing spaces really on this track here at Knockhill. But
well, 5 or 6 for Josh Corder.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Corder just picking a random place. So I've got you here, son, and they dispatched him in an unorthodox place. But oh, Kieran Smith, Christian Smith looking up the inside of Nicky Coates there, and someone went down in the background. Not sure.
Is that McLeod?
If that was McLeod or one of the back markers.
It's McLeod.
Oh, McLeod was having an absolute cracker of a weekend. Was in 5th position and going nicely as well. But his weekend is over.
On the break into Clark, track goes uphill. Tuck the front. Shame. Yeah, it happens.
Not the first, not the last.
No, exactly.
Oh, Josh Corder, that lead back after being caught out at a bad point trying to overtake one of the back markers. Christian Smith just behind him.
Yeah, in that last lap they took like 1.5 seconds out of Barry. So he must have caught a back mark at the wrong place, wrong time. But with 4 laps to go and a 5.9 second lead, I find it hard to believe that anyone's going to catch him.
Well, I think if anybody starts to put him under pressure, he's just got so much in his locker, hasn't he, in terms of lap time and pace around this track, that Harry Burrell has certainly shown the field what is possible on these BMWs. Josh Corder right behind him, though, Nicky Coates, as we're coming towards the business end of this 20-lap race. More back markers being caught at tricky points in the track, and they're locked in their own little battle. And it's the second time that Josh Corder has found them at the wrong
chicane as well. Look, Red's going to do one at the chicane. Yeah, he's got one out the way. Nicky's just like letting Josh go and do all the work.
He's still got 2 to do. Looks like Nicky Coates managed to funnel his way through pretty quickly. He's again straight onto that back wheel. Going to have a little look up the inside here, Danny.
Oh, the back markers are just getting involved.
Well, Christian Smith there was almost doing a long-range pass on Josh Corder there as well.
Yeah, that's the problem, but they're catching fast the back markers now, who are fighting in a lovely move by Nicky into turn 1.
Yeah, penultimate lap now as well.
Yeah, and he knows he needs to make that move stick. Josh straight away attacks back. Get back, Nicky. You're not having it.
No, he knew he had that little bit of pace, and that's exactly what you said, Danny. Nicky Coates saw an opportunity and he had to take it. Tough move up the inside. That back marker didn't know he was coming, did he? Only not aware.
Look at the gap that's given him now, though, Ed. It's given him like 3 or 4 attempts, and that's just all you need going into the last lap when you're fighting for these positions. Christian Smith is not going to give this one up easy. He's not going to let Nicky just waltz on and get a podium. And this is going to be an exciting last lap. I might even stay quiet for this one.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Oh, there he goes round the outside. Nothing wrong with the power of that bike as Nicky Coates back into second. Josh Corder then slots in behind him. He's taken that place back a couple of times up into turn 3. Not close enough this time as he re-evaluates the game plan. Burrell, though, out in front. Not even in picture whatsoever. Nicky Coates then, at the moment, hanging on to second.
Yeah, Barry answered us with that last lap, 52.8, only 3 tenths slower than his fastest lap on the last lap. 8.3 second lead, marvellous.
Well, Barry Burrell back with a bang here at Knockhill, and absolutely demolishing the field, victorious is the reigning champion. And who's going to slot in behind him? Oh, that was a good, tight little bit of work at the bottom, and it looks like Nicky Coates right at the death. Not sure what was going on mid-race, but he finishes in second with Josh Corner having to settle for third. Christian Smith couldn't quite get close enough to get involved on that podium with his brother Kieran just behind him. Very then in sixth. Tynan getting across the line in seventh. Then Coates, McCluskey, Preble then rounding out the top 10. This was how it went down to the final corner into Taylor's big lunge from a long way off, just couldn't get it stopped.
Yeah, lovely lunge, but with these smaller CC bikes, you really need to keep the momentum mid-corner, you know, and that's what Barry does so well. And yeah, lovely wheelie there for the crowd, why not?
Very impressive though, Danny, wasn't it? Real statement of intent. Yeah, didn't participate in Donington Park, as you already mentioned, but certainly showing him he's still the man to beat on these machines.
Yeah, exactly that, and he's got experience, you know, he's got superbike experience, super stock experience, and yeah, he likes going racing, he likes winning, and he does it to have some fun. And that's exactly what he's done this weekend. He's turned up, he's been dominant, and yeah, hats off to him. The guys have got to just do better to try and beat him.
Important points then for Nicky Coates, the championship leader, with some good passing. Not sure what went on though in the middle of that one, Danny. Lost a couple of seconds on, what, 2 or 3 laps consecutively, lost some big chunks of time.
I know he's suffered with arm pump before, so I wonder if maybe his arms pumped up, and then, you know, he's done a few slow laps, let the arms flush out a little bit, and then gone again. I don't know. I mean, we're probably going to hear on the podium what's going on there.
And then Josh Corner in a great battle with Nicky Coates. Josh Corner second in the championship coming into this weekend, and gave it his all. Tried everything, just couldn't quite make any of those moves stick. He had that second position for quite a long time there. Looked really like he was getting going. Got unlucky with back markers, Danny, but that is a feature of this championship. It's a very busy field, and it's something that these guys have always got to have a sort of a game plan for.
Yeah, especially at this short circuit. You know, obviously being 52 seconds and being, you know, 7-8 seconds quicker in a lap, it's, yeah, it doesn't take long to start lapping people.
Well, I thought, yeah, it was between you two, really.
Quick debrief between the riders. Always interesting watching the body language and big smiles. This is a confirmation then of the results here at Knockhill at the main event for the Rocket Off BMW F900R Cup. Barry Burrell, the reigning champion, putting in a very, very impressive display in front of Nicky Coates and Josh Corner, who are locked in a great battle along with Christian Smith for the podium spots. Kieran Smith then in fifth. Very Tynan, Reese Coates, McCluskey and Preble rounding out the top 10.